How's it going, everyone? I'm currently on my way back from the Isle of Skye. I've been up me in Arion again. It is Christmas time, so it's bloody cold. I've been staying in my roof tent as well. Hopefully all that footage is to come. But this is some footage that I filmed way earlier in the year. It's when my parents came to Shetland and I took my dad diving, which was a big moment for me. I've been freediving a lot, and I went to Malta with my family and they all got into freediving as well. But I managed to get dad in the wetsuit in Shetland, and thankfully the first day, the water was unreal. It was super clear. And you wouldn't tell that he's not been in the water for a few years. He was straight down to 10 meters, just like that. I could be more proud. So it's a little episode, quite dedicated to my dad, because they've supported me. Mum and dad have supported me through everything, helping me out. And it was an absolute blast diving with him. And the next day, getting out on the boat with Murray, despite the viz not being the best, it was just amazing. So I hope you enjoy this. I absolutely loved diving with Dad, and I'll have to get him out again. I have tempted him to come out and do a trip somewhere, maybe a hot country if I can tempt him. Anyway, I hope you enjoy it. Let's get into it. So a little bit of background for you. My dad was a commercial diver for around 20-25 years, and he started out when he was 17. So the salt water and being in the sea is pretty much in his blood. And that's probably where I got it from as well. And as soon as he's got a wetsuit on or a dry suit on and he's back in the water, it's pretty obvious that that's where he's most comfortable. And that definitely shows by the fact that he just went down to 10 meters straight from getting in the water without telling me. I was worried a little bit, and then I soon realised I had no need to worry. He was at home and he was just loving it. So as you can see, I'm back on Murray's boat. I've got the parents up. I'm gonna go diving with the old man. How long since you shot a fish? 30 years. We'll try and change that today. I'm still exploring all these spots, so hopefully I get back up to that one where I shot the fish last time. That'll be pretty cool. And we'll get in before it gets too dark as well. I've also got some bits to cook up if we do catch some stuff. We'll probably catch mackerel anyway, so we'll definitely cook that up. Once we're in our wetsuits, we jump in. Murray drops us off at the wreck at the top of the Wrestle lighthouse, and we go for a look. Unfortunately, the viz isn't the best, however, we can still see a decent amount of the wreck. I go down to film Dad, put my hand somewhere where I didn't actually look where I was putting it, and turns out there's a massive crab sitting just there. I managed to wrestle him out the hole, although I didn't have a bag, so it's going to be pretty entertaining trying to get this on the float.
So tell me what you're thinking now.
Well, I'm pretty glad Dad was there to help me with that. I managed not to lose any fingers, but it was not easy trying to get some knots around its claws to keep it on the line. We went down and had another few looks at the wreck. We couldn't find any fish, but it was pretty cool seeing Dad go in and out the wreck and have a good look in it. Eventually we head back to the boat in search of some new locations.
You showed me how to dare to love. So tell me what you're thinking of.
It's not small, is it? So I managed to get this off the wreck. There wasn't many fish about, mainly because of the seals that were stalking us. But I did not anticipate to see this bad boy, and he took a bit of effort getting back to the surface. So I'm glad I had my dad there to help tie it up at the top. And thanks to this little man for helping me bring it back aboard the boat, bringing it in nice and safely, and it didn't fall off. we're just going to jump in this fishy spot again and hopefully find the fish. The fizz is pretty bad today, but nothing you can do about it really. So we jump in a spot that I've shot fish previously. I know the fish are there. I'd done a couple dives before Dad went down, and there were a few hanging out just in the distance. The fizz was terrible and it was pretty dark down there because it was getting dark on the surface as well. But by the time Dad got down there, we had seals around us and it just ruined everything. But still, I love seeing Dad get down there with the spear gun and give it a go. We didn't get anything on that last dive. The fish were there, but a seal came straight away and pretty much ruined it. But the fish were there as soon as I got in. It was dark, it's getting darker. You could see the two different types of water there. There was one with a lot of sediment and then there was one a lot clearer. Big Steve's a bit cold, so he's got the old dry robe on. But I think the young lads caught some mackerel, which is good. Got that massive crab, so we're gonna go do a little bit more fishing, I think, and see what we can cook up. So I'm gonna quickly fill it up, the mackerel, and we're gonna put some garlic salt on them and get them in the grill. I don't bother gutting these mackerel, I just go straight into filleting. I fillet them, and then I cut the bellies out, which gets rid of the bones that are really annoying. And then I half them as well and cut the spine out, or the bones that go in the middle of the flesh out as well, and it's nice decent sized pieces for eating and they cook a lot quicker as well. So I've just put a little bit of garlic salt on the mackerel fillets, and I'm just going to shove them in the pan with some oil as the grill's a bit reheat, so pan it is.
With me all the time.
And with the mackerel not lasting very long, with a few hungry people about, I happened to have a whole load of scallops which I caught previously the other day. So I decided to shuck them and get them ready for the pan. I have some chorizo, some black pudding, and I get them cooked up in some butter, ready for some scallop wraps.
I am wasted on the thought of you. Don't know how to cut me loose. Cut me loose. I can't get you out of my mind. You're still.
Nights are drawing in, so it's getting dark pretty quickly. I'm gonna have to boil that crab up at home because I think I've got a massive pan. That's the only thing it's gonna fit in. The grub was really good on the boat. Can't hear when you're all fucking watching me. They're all watching me. It doesn't make it easy. Anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna have to boil that pan up at home. That crab up at home in a big pan. The mackerel and everything was amazing on the stove. I wanted to grill it, but the grill wasn't really working out. So we just cooked that up. Scallops and treats and black pudding was amazing as well. I hope you enjoyed this little dive. I enjoyed it